I wanted to go on today and talk a little bit more about Choose Real. I'll give you a brief No More Pockets journey. It was a declaration I made to myself when I was probably late junior high or early high school years to stop hiding my hand in my pocket. I was starting to realize that all the anxiety and the shame that originally had me put my hand down into my pocket was now resonating with me on a whole different level. And I was starting to wake up in panics and just feeling so bad about what I perceived as a lie of what I was living every single day. And I realized that stress and that anxiety was much worse than the teasing and the stares and the whispers that originally had me put my hand in my pocket in the first place. And even from the time the declaration was made, it has still gone on in my life. So it's been a 40-some year journey of moving through vulnerability and authenticity and self-acceptance from others, way beyond that of my hand. And now it's about all aspects of ourselves. It's who we are as a person, meaning our how we speak or how we think about things, our sense of spirituality, our sense of creativity, how we wish or we long to present ourselves to others, an outward expression of how we feel inward, and how that is a journey in itself. And so Choose Real, reveal, embrace, and live your truth is a reminder to me that I made this decision 40-some years ago to live authentically and to face all the fears and feelings that come with that. And like I shared with you in my first video, I have it tattooed on my arm. I have because I was in, and I continue to be in situations which occur whenever we are on a journey of personal growth, that we can be put in a situation that at that moment is kind of leading us, at least me, down that path of thinking, oh shit, I'm going to put my hand back in my pocket here, proverbially. I'm going to hide the truth of who I am because I'm not liking this feeling I'm getting from others, either in what I'm sharing, my beliefs about all that's gone on, you know what I'm saying, in these last 2 years since lockdown. I did it as a reminder because in some of the decisions I've made and how I want to live my life and the beliefs I've chosen to follow, I've hurt other people in my decisions, which is hard to do, especially when it's family and dear friends that you know you've hurt them, certainly because you didn't mean to, but because our decisions to live authentically are going to take us through challenges. And it's going to come down to how much do you really believe. I know in my heart, the worst part of me is nighttime, putting my head on my pillow at night and having a clear conscience and knowing that any hurt or disrespect I might be showing to people in my life that I love is not meant to be facetious. It's not meant to be unkind or uncaring or insensitive. It's simply meant to honor a promise I made to myself all those years ago that I had to start being authentic and true to who I was, not just on a physical level, but to who I am through and through, mind, body, heart, and soul. And so choosing real, oh boy, I thought my hand was hard. This is easy because it's out and it's out and you can't change it. But when you're making choices in your life that are leading you down a path where you're losing friends and you're hurting family members, it's very, very easy. That's a harder journey because it's much easier when you see that to second doubt, to have doubts rather, and question yourself and think, is this really what I want to do? But what I ask you is to think about how you are going to feel about yourself. This is your life. This is your journey to living real and authentic and to being able to move through fears, right? And risk hurting those people that you love in order to live your truth. Now, here's what I will say. The people who love me understand and came back. And the way that I looked at it was, and you've heard this saying before, there are people who come into our lives for a season. They're not meant to be here our whole life. And if anything that I've done on my journey to choosing and living real has offended them and caused them to walk away, I truly feel it's okay. We weren't meant to have a lifelong history together. And those times together brought us together for a reason, and those reasons had been served, and it was time to move on. And I don't take that lightly. I don't want it to sound like I don't care, but I want to give you that caveat so that you know what is ahead, but that you also know I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I don't come from ever a point of wanting to be self-righteous or unkind or uncaring in my decisions to live my truth and lead my life authentically. But it is a fact of this journey that we're on. And in moving through one of those foundations, the 4 foundations of moving through fear, facing it and moving through it, I hope that you'll come to understand the freedom that comes when you make the choice to live your truth and to choose real. Thank you again. And as always, I welcome you back for those of you who stayed, and to all of you who are tuning in for the first time. Have a remarkable day. See you soon. Bye-bye.